Before we start the video, if you could please hit the thumbs up button to help with the algorithm, and consider subscribing for future videos like this. It'd be a massive help. 2005 was a good year for gaming. We got the likes of Resident Evil 4, The Warriors, and at the back end of it, we got a little game that came out called Condemned Criminal Origins. The game is based on a character called Ethan Thomas, who is an FBI agent in the made-up city of Metro.
Thomas, I don't got all day here. Let's get a move on.
There was a surge of serial killings in the city, and he's been tasked to find out why this is happening. He gets called out to this abandoned building because there's a new body that's been found.
Why can't they pick a nice spot without addicts and gang members for once? Someplace not so damn dark.
And while searching for clues, they realise the killer's still in the building. They go and search for him, and while Ethan's trying to get the power back on, it blows up in his face, and while he's recovering he realises he's lost his gun, just to see the killer pick it up and walk off. Ethan gets hot on his tracks, but he walks into a trap and he gets held up by the killer. The killer then shoots his partner and detective with your own gun and then throws you out the window.
Be ready for death, Agent Thomas. It shall come visiting again.
Ethan wakes up in his apartment to see a guy sat in the cook chair staring at you.
Hello,
This guy is
Ethan.
called Malcolm Van Horn,
helped.
and he warns Ethan he's been framed and the police are after him. Ethan escapes out the window, and then you start the story to hunt for the killer. This game wasn't the easiest game to run on my PC. I had to download a certain file to get the game's frames up because it was locked below 30. Once I downloaded this, the game ran fine. For a 21-year-old game, it looked pretty good. The buildings you went into never felt the same, and it had a dark, gritty feeling to them. A lot of the buildings had weird designs with the hallways leading to nowhere, or rooms that made no sense, but this really added to the creepiness. The biggest issue I had was walking up and down stairs. For some reason, Ethan walked down them like he's traversing down Mount Everest, and it started to get really annoying by the end of the game.
We're waiting.
The developers took inspiration from films like Seven and Silence of the Lambs. Instead of having a normal shooter, they wanted to design something different here. The combat in this game is really fun. It had that early 2000s clunkiness to it. You had to use weapons you find in areas like pipes, wooden planks, steel beams, all the way up to fire axes and sledgehammers. Each weapon has a certain amount of damage it can deal before it breaks. You have a normal attack and a heavy attack, along with being able to block. You need to time this block correctly so you're able to do a parry attack, which is stronger and can deal a lot of damage. Each weapon has its own stats. For instance, you can swing a pipe faster, but it is weaker, and the sledgehammer is vice versa with a slower attack, but it's stronger overall. The combat never felt boring all throughout the game. It was always really fun. Most enemies had different styles of fighting, and you had to time your attacks right or you could be in danger. Even with just coming up against two enemies, if you don't block your attacks, it can easily take you out. You can also find guns exploring the areas, with them being more prevalent towards the end of the game, but you only get a certain amount of shots with them and you have to make them count. You also get a taser as a backup in case you're overwhelmed with enemies. This stuns them so you can get a few free swings at them. The taser needs to be charged up after this so you can't use it constantly. The combat is brutal, and every swing of your weapon you can hear it crunch off the enemy's face. If you hit an enemy with a certain amount of shots, they will kneel and you can do a finishing move. The finishing moves are a punch to the face, a slam, neck snap, or you grab their head and give them a good old Glasgow kiss, aka a headbutt. There's another little cool detail they added as well, where you can literally see the person's teeth fly out the mouth when you punch them. The AI enemies were fine for the most part, but I had a few glitches with them. Whilst exploring the areas, you can find 2 different collectibles. These are 6 dead birds and 3 of these metal pieces. The dead birds are easier to find, but they did a really good job hiding the metal pieces. I was trying my best to find them all each mission, but it was really hard to do. There's also a secret area with a television you need to find in each mission. A lot of these secret areas you need to find a fire axe to chop the door down, or a sledgehammer to take the padlock off, or even you need a shovel to get past a code lock. The crime scenes were different as well. You had a UV light for fingerprints you needed to find. There was this weird scanner you used to send blood samples back, and you could use a digital camera as well. A lot of the crime scene clues were easy to find, but it just made the game fun and different. You end up tracking different serial killers down, and they have their own way of killing the victims, so there was different ways to find clues. This never made the game feel dull. One of the tasks was follow a blood trail while fighting enemies off to get to the next location. Each location felt unique and different. You went through the likes of a subway station that led to underground. You went to a department store that was full of mannequins, and another location that was good was an abandoned school. There were a few scares in this game, but a lot was from how good the AI are from hiding around corners waiting to attack you. This being said, there was a few times you can blatantly see half their body while they were hiding around the corner, ready to jump at you.
Yeah, where am I?
You're behind the couch.
What? How do you know that?
I can see your feet.
It just added to the tension of the game, not knowing what the enemies were going to do next. It never felt dull going through each location. The enemies all look different, from hobos to these golem looking things that came after you. Without giving too much away, the story was well written. It was simple, but it had a few nice twists. While you're going through the story, you see Ethan starting to go crazier as he goes into the depths of these dark places, and you get some thrilling moments when he has an episode. This game had that early 2000s feel to it, and the nostalgia I felt playing it was really good. It was at a time back then when every title didn't have to be a AAA success, and we had more standalone games like this that came out regularly. We do get a sequel to this game that I plan on doing a video down the line. If you have any comments about this game or in general, please leave them down below. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.